I'm finally here to talk about my thoughts on the show Euphoria. Guys, I love the show so much. It was a yearbook quote of mine. Like, it was just really deep. I feel like the script writing from season one and two were well. I'm not including the unnecessary, sex scenes, obviously. I felt like it was because the main purpose of this story in particular that I'm focused on is Rue's. I was a little intrigued by Lexi and Fez's relationship. Maddie specifically, because they always portray characters like Maddie to be this mean girl type of aesthetic of how a girl would be, but honestly, Maddie doesn't scream mean girl to me. Like, it's just like your ordinary girl, I mean, at first, of how, things were. But we'll get on to that later. The things that the third season had was just like, I was left like crying for a good 2 minutes. I couldn't even finish the show. It's no surprise that Livingston will kill Rue Bennett. I don't know why a lot of people are surprised by that. I wasn't surprised. I knew it was just gonna hit me, but I just didn't know when it would hit me that she was just gonna die. I mean, I know this is the finale, but like, you really didn't have to show me that bullshit. Like seriously. No, because like, literally tell me why. Livingston already mentioned that Rue was going to die on the show a while ago. We don't remember, obviously, because this was like, I think the show came out in like 2019. Livingston did mention that Rue's story will end up with her dying eventually. We just didn't know when, and we just, I guess it's the end of the show, kill everybody off, because even you got Lori, Rue is in debt with Lori, because of something that is literally not her fault. Like, I'm sorry, but like, I really don't think you should be charging like a teenage girl from, holding her responsible for carrying these drugs or whatever, her mama flushing them down the toilet because her mama had experience of her overdosing, using, especially an addict that's using and being a plug, bro. Those things is not gonna mix together, bro. You need to tell me that you see people use marijuana and they deal. Do you think that they use what they dealing with? Like, they probably are. Like, bro, to sell like the ad to that, you know what I'm saying? This works. But no, it's literally not what they're doing. Being that it was no surprise for Livingston to kill this character off. It was mentioned a while ago. It's just left like everything so emptily blank. Like, there was just unnecessary scenes. You got like one or two scenes of Hunter Schafer as aka Jules, especially in the end, making me fucking cry, because I literally knew she was painting Rue. It's just like, bro, you barely have time with Rue, and the time that you have with Rue, you're mad rude to her, you push her off, and because all she does, Rue is literally saying, is paint her way through her feelings, doesn't even talk. They have this one night together, and then she's just still going on the sugar daddy life. I'm just saying, if Rue ended up being with Jules, her life would have been so different. And I don't know if Livingston hates women and he likes women having tragic and things, because we see how he treats Cassie. Oh my gosh, Cassie is crazy. But would it surprise you that I related to Cassie in like season 2-ish, I would say? I did, but like not in that crazy extent.
No understanding is I am crazier.
That's not something to be fucking proud of, Cassie.
No, but it is something you should be scared of.
When I see a scene like that, you feel me? Like, I'm not talking about those aspects, but, she was a girl who was struggling with, like, male validation and stuff like that. So, like, some scenes of her doing extraness, that it may have been extra, but it was, like, slid as, like, a slide for, like, a sense of, like, why that's there. Maddie, we talking about Maddie's character now. Like, bro, Maddie has changed into this full-on OF type of online model, just pimp, bro. Like, I don't even know if I can say this on YouTube or I have to bleak it up. But I'm just saying, she's literally an OF pimp type of girl. She's just pimping out people to grab a following. I respect the hustle, but like, what happened to Maddie respecting herself, especially when she was in a party in this one scene in season 2? This is a girl who respects herself. She has been abused and in this, physical abusive relationship with that guy. We'll get to Nate later. But like she's been in a physical abusive relationship with him. And it's like she had her little arc of trying to step up against that because some women are scared to like say anything about that. You feel me? That's realistic. Even though I would say something, shoot, or just fight back, I would end up in the news, bro. If Maddie is like, going through that, she even had a restraining order against him. That's why I just didn't think it would make sense for her to be at the wedding. Girl, didn't you just get a restraining order against Nate, bro? Or am I tripping? Whatever, I guess we're gonna pretend that didn't happen. So, like, Maddie is just this different girl now. And then we get to Lexi. Bro, when they change Lexi, I don't even know if it's because she don't have Fez in her life. Bro, Lexi is the most horrible character in the 3rd season. This is sad and devastating to say because I love her character in season 2 when she's just fleshing out her real life events in a play. That's very funny. And, when Livingston said that season 3 was meant for comedy and to be a little comedic, the only thing that was funny was season 2. That was a comedy scene. I loved it. It was comedic / artistic and blue. And then we got this desert, Texas, orange color. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but bro, what happened to the life of the show? I mean, I know Labyrinth cursed everybody out, including the Euphoria team. I'm pretty much sure he, because he posted this, and that had me shook, because I'm just like, bro, this man carried season 1 and 2 soundtrack and feels of the cinematography of the show and the mood of the show. Like, you have literal glitter tears, and then, of some type of drug use looking beautiful, but it's not. Like, you see the horrors of it when you see Rue just on the floor looking like she's, like it's, it's over. And then you got Gia just horrified finding her sister there. Like, bro, you see the consequences of that not being beautiful, but they're showing like why people use it and like some type of comfort feeling. And the drugs are bad, guys. I'm not condoning drugs at all. I'm just saying. The other seasons was very more expressive in that field. This season was more emotional. It was meant to be, but it's like the devastating part. You left the best episode for last. I'm talking about the best episode in this season, and this is just going to be my opinion. I don't know if y'all would agree, is the 8th episode, the last episode when everything is over. And now, when we get to Nate, bro, that scene of just Nate being buried alive, bro, that was so unnecessary to kill this man off. I thought this man would end up in prison, but I guess the message that they're trying to show is that, don't think whatever you do won't have consequences, because Nate has some bad dirt on him, man. If you remember those past seasons, he is a bad man. We're not supposed to like this man. We are supposed to hate this guy. He is not a good guy. I don't think he deserved to die and get eliminated by not even being buried alive. He got eliminated by a snake. A damn snake. I don't think he deserved that, even though I don't like him. Like, I truly don't think he deserved that type of ending. Him being in jail, cool. I'm fine with that. But let's get to Bishop. This is the new character we're introduced with. Bro, the first introduction of this man when he popped out was just silence, barely any lines. He barely has lines. Like, he's barely speaking. He has this off-putting energy that he just makes me feel very uncomfortable because this man is awkwardly just nonchalant as hell. Then episode 8 interested me because we see this man as being so grimacely quiet and like, not really expressive much at all, where he purposely takes Alamo's bullets out of his gun and he's just sprinkling the bullets. He had empty bullets all along. He would lose. And then there's this interesting scene with Bishop and Maddie in the car, and they're just talking, and then there's this sensitive side to this man that has care for this girl, Maddie. I don't know if he's in love with her or he just cares about her. That's not really too clear. There's theories that they think that he was in love with her. Him having his poodle would probably represent that Maddie could feel comfortable around him because poodles are cuddly and like I don't know, it might gravitate a girl to just be around because you don't, you're hanging out with a man like that. Like I'm be very off-putting about you, but you're making her feel a bit like a bit comfortable bringing your poodle around. So, yeah, and that's an interesting line that he says. That he likes to surprise people. And that did indeed surprise me because I agree with Maddie. He did not look like the type that be having carrying around a poodle. But we do see a sensitive side to him when he actually betrays Alamo. And I am very devastated on the character Alamo. Now, the actor, whose name I cannot pronounce, did a fantastic, phenomenal job of me just purely hating this man. Like, I hated this man. I hated him so much. I don't know if anybody knows the old school type of, he's an old school actor. He's been in a series called Oz. No, not that Oz. This Oz. It's about jail. So he's kind of villainous there too. So they got the right guy. His performance was absolutely amazing. I was mostly enjoying Alamo and Rue Bennett's story more so than everyone else's unnecessary stories. That's what I was saying. Cassie starting an only F account, pimping herself out on the internet, humiliating herself at the same time, dressed up as an adult baby. That was just the most unnecessary thing that I have seen. There's nothing in there that was no importance of whatsoever. See, the thing with Kat, right? Because we had scenes like this before. Kat was this dominatrix type of edgy girl. She had some edge to her. But we see a transformation of a woman trying to feel comfortable with her body. And in that way, she's this dominatrix type of character based, I guess, on the fanfics that she's writing. But that makes sense, like all this, body showing and everything like that. And then she has a sex scene herself. I mean, we didn't need to see it. Obviously, I'm not condoning that we needed to see it, but I'm just saying, there's like sense to like what we're doing here. Like Cassie's just showing, it was very male gazy for the first part of the show. Like I'm not gonna lie. I've hated Lexi's character in the season because of her lack of awareness. She's just so focused, business focused, and everything. I get that her passion is theater and directing. We know that in season 2. But it shouldn't make her such a shallow person, especially when Rue's trying to have a heart-to-heart, when Rue is literally having a redemption arc in this series by going to spirituality and looking into it, and Lexi's just looking at it as a joke, like she's crazy, like she's using again, and she has the nerve to bring up her mom and why she don't talk about her. Girl, why are you even bringing this up? Didn't your daddy die? Like, bro, I know you have some issues too, and your mom chooses alcohol over you and Cassie. Even though her mom was funny as hell, I'm not gonna lie.
Worse. And if you were such a fucking loser with no self-respect, you'd drop her because she treats you like shit.
Enough! Enough!
What? I can't say it to her, but you two can say it to me?
I never said you didn't have any self-respect!
You don't have to! I can fucking feel it!
Oh, she needs a fucking exorcism.
I enjoyed scenes with the mom when Cassie was going crazy. But at the same time, she is not a good mom. But she's not a good mom at all. No. So, like, again, I felt like Lexi treating Rue like that was really unnecessary. And the Lexi from season 1 and 2 wouldn't do that, because we actually do, from what I remember, there is a heart-to-heart with Lexi and Cassie in the past seasons before. When they were in their bedroom and they're just talking, there's a heart-to-heart going on there. And I'm pretty much sure, realistically, Lexi, in my mind, should be concerned that she hasn't heard from her sister in days, regardless of what she's doing with herself. You haven't heard from your sister in days. She's your sister. You already dealt with a loss in the family. At least be more concerned when Maddie's actually concerned for her. And then at the end of the day, from this series and how it's wrapped up, in which I'm pissed off, Cassie and Maddie are literally meant to be together. Like, they have nothing else to, like, look forward to. Cassie's a widow. Maddie was working for Alamo. Like, there was nowhere for her to, like, really go through. Cassie was the only person that just understands what she has gone through. Lexi is just not here, bro. Not even at the slightest, okay? Jules is just unnecessary, just scenes of her painting and just being mean to Rue the last scene we see her. Like, why did you do that to my heart? And then Alamo giving her these perks. And I guess they had over the gram a fent to kill her, and it killed her. And my boy Ali went crazy when she passed on, man. Ali was one of my favorite characters who was put to the side most of the time from scene interaction, but the most important episode that people complained of how boring it is, even though it's really important because it really shows the relationship between Rue and Ali together in that one-shot scene of them in the diner. That's one of the special episodes. I'm pretty much sure that we're out. I think that was one special episode, and then they show the dynamic of Rue and Jules' relationship. It was just, I loved it because I got more insight to a bit of who he is, but we got more self-insight of who he is more in this season, and I can appreciate that. Yeah, he went full-on ballistically crazy when she passed on.
I lost someone I really cared about. And for the first time in a long time, I picked up a drink.
And at one point, he even didn't believe in his spirituality anymore. Like, he was just like, I'm done. And then all he wanted to do was get Alamo. And I guess in a way, the show is trying to say, since Rue's passed on, I feel like Rue's like spirituality presence just made him win that game at first. But little did I know that Bishop just took the ammo out of his gun, and so he can lose purposely. And Bishop offers to drive Maddie home, which it's showing that he cares about her some type of way, and he is free from all of this stuff. I guess I am done, because that's basically it. Ali, crazy, great performance. That same actor has been in the Michael movie, phenomenal, very much versatile, of actor. I appreciate seeing that man perform. Other than that, I'll give season 3 from ratings to a solid, from a 1 out of 10. I will give it a good 7. I'm giving it a 7. It's pretty high and it's not pretty low at the same time, because there is so many flaws in many episodes of everyone's character dynamic. It's just weird. But I do respect that they showed Angus Cloud in a scene of Zendaya together, aka Ruben Fez. I mean, they had to. I've seen this video before as a set type of thing, but I didn't think that they would include that scene in the last episode. And I guess Livingston, he even explained it at the end. I even watched the behind the scenes of how season 3 was going about. In his words, he wanted everybody to just see the seriousness of grief, and it really made me cry. Not of it being a fictional show, because Angus Cloud has actually died of an overdose at a young age, and they really hit close to that. Seeing that part with Rue just trying to reach out for her mama, and me finding out that's not real, and her just having hard times to breathe. She passed on in a way I feel as though he shouldn't have given someone who, obviously, I don't know if he knew how bad her drug use was. We don't really know if Alamo purposely killed her or not. He could have added more vent, or her body couldn't just take the tolerance anymore. Because remember, Rue, even though she was in some shit, Rue was clean in this season. That is the one time she's using drugs. I'm not counting, the marijuana. She smoked weed before. I'm counting, the pills, the type of pills that she pops, and her body just can't take that tolerance no more, because she doesn't use as much as she did in high school, as well as explained in the last episode when she is given a bottle of, just a test that was just a pill, and then I'm just damn. Did he actually kill her, or just her body couldn't take it no more? The season was just intriguing, more so because of the Alamo and Rue story. That was the only story I was interested in. And Nate shouldn't have died. Lexi's an asshole. Cassie is an airhead as hell. She's an airhead. that's pretty much it, I guess. If you guys want a longer video about this bizarre series that has went to a very, very epic, dramatic ending, let me know in the comments below. I'll see you guys later, and I hope you enjoyed my little rant about Euphoria. It's just been on my mind lately. I just didn't know what, like, to really bring up from, like, jumbling sentences on and on and on. I didn't know what to really start from, but, you know, I could talk about this show all day. So, I'm gonna go. Peace out.
This time I want you, like it's magnetic.